Hello, I am Sid Lucero.
And I am Bea Binene.
And we both star in a horror film called
POSTHOUSE.
But today we will be talking about a different kind of horror.
Family horror. Family problems. Okay.
Alright, you go first.
Okay. Oh! I feel like this is not a problem. My dad is secretly a crypto millionaire, and my family knows nothing about it. I grew up in a middle-class family where everything from meals, baon things, heck, even my school uniform is on a tight budget. But from what I've observed, our family lives paycheck to paycheck. Every time it was payday, nauubos palagi sa bills and necessities. I feel like we didn't have the privilege to go out or go on a restaurant because of our situation. My dad works in a corporate world and is always busy, and my mom is a stay-at-home mom. Way back 2018, I was with my father during his team building activity and nakisama lang ako. That night, a close friend of his approached him and he was talking about something that changed his life daw. He mentioned na it's so life-changing na he is filing his resignation letter later that month. Turned out it was crypto trading. And never in my life have I seen my dad so interested in something before. 3 years later, I was on my computer and I suddenly received a notification from a familiar software. It turns out it was the broker app my dad was using. I couldn't remember what it said, but it was something like sold. Now this took my attention. I curiously opened the broker app and to my surprise, the account contained 7 digits in pesos worth of crypto. At that moment, I was shocked. I didn't know how to react. I was frozen for 10 seconds. All our life, we have been living paycheck to paycheck, yet my dad holds this amount of crypto? Now I know why we suddenly had 2 separate vacations last June and another pag July. I also noticed that we had more groceries than before and money is not a topic discussed among my parents anymore. From what I know, my family doesn't know yet. Maybe my mom does. So, what should I do? Should I leave this up to my dad? Hindi nga siya problema. Meron na kayo 7-digit, problema mo pa siya. Ang problem lang kapag bumagsak yung crypto na yon, or kapag mawala or something, or mahack or something. That's a huge horror.
Or another family.
Oh.
Or another family. No, for me, that's none of your business.
Yeah.
It's between your parents. And I think they're trying to teach you that you can't just because you're born into this family, this is what you get. I think they're trying to teach you that you make your own stuff, diba?
And maybe your dad is just silently securing your future, something like that, diba?
Yun nga eh. But I cannot see why it's creepy to like live in a house where you really think that you know someone, and then one day you wake up, you just don't you don't know this person anymore. But me personally, kasi ang bilis ko to get over things. I try to accept things as the way they are. But that's their life. They made it. I'm gonna make my own money, diba?
As long as your dad is providing naman, I think that's okay. Pwera na lang kung, okay, tinitipid niya kayo, hindi kanya pinoprovide, pero may pinoprovidean siyang iba, ha? And then, that's another topic.
Sabi kasi dyan, we're living the every day, paycheck to paycheck, diba?
Yeah,
First
pero
of all,
meron silang meals, meron silang baon, meron
Yeah.
silang school uniform.
I don't know how to take that. It's either this person is working. First of all, what are you doing in your parents' home? All right, you're supposed to be out there if you're making money. If not, your parents know what they're doing. And how do you know it's paycheck to paycheck? Diba?
Inaway pa yun. Next!
My turn.
Yeah, your turn.
And then we can split the next one.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. See? How do I handle family drama in our hardware business? Okay. I am 27, I'm the eldest child, and I just joined our Chinoy hardware store this year after working corporate for 6 years. Our store has been around forever. Started by my late grandpa in the 90s, passed down to my mom, and now is supposed to eventually land on me. Honestly, I've discovered I enjoy the hardware business, but man, the family drama, it's a lot. Ever since my grandfather passed away 6 years ago, my grandmother has been running things with my mom, and she's, let's say, hands-on. First, her temper is legendary. Ooh, I've seen this in like Chinese movies. She doesn't really talk or share her thoughts. She prefers to blow up and shout at anyone. My mom, the saint that she is, she just absorbs it all. But when she can't handle the stress anymore, guess who gets targeted? Me. It's not just a temper. My grandmother is super attached to everything my grandfather ever touched. She refuses to let us sell or even touch his old tools, building materials, and even though we could make decent money from them, instead she insists on keeping them displayed like they're sacred artifacts. When we suggest she rest or take it easy, she's like, I'm fine, I'm staying, don't mind me. But then she complains about being tired, disrupts operations, and makes things harder for everyone. The worst part, I don't really have a choice. This business is eventually going to be mine. So I'm trying to find a way to make it work without losing my mind. So how do I set boundaries while I respect my grandmother's legacy? Ooh, that's hard. Stress ako just reading it. There's this thing, because like with my family, we're all sobrang madrama kaming lahat, obviously. But I learned early on that when we say drama or issues with our family, I see it as our inability to accept the reality of our existence at this moment. Because you cannot change it. You cannot change your father or your mother or your grandmother in
Yeah.
this case. Because if you want to change them, let's go back in time. Let's blame it on the parents or the parents before them because they're like that, or the parents before. Where are we gonna go? This is cartoon that I watched before. It's called Haikyuu. It's this volleyball anime, and this
Yeah.
like
My sister watches that.
genius comes into this public school and he's like complaining about everybody, and some guy goes, his teammate goes, I thought you were a genius. I mean, if you were a genius, can't you just like use what we know, like use our skills? I just realized that you just have to accept that that's who they are. And if you're going to be managing this, then take down notes and find out what you like and don't like about it. Maybe this is training for you. Diba? Just open your heart and stop expecting things to be different. That's who she is.
And I feel like because the business has been passed down for generations, baka the lola is very attached to it kasi it's her blood, sweat, and tears together with the lolo. So, syempre, it will not be very easy for the lola to just let go. Yung business mismo is the memory of the lolo. Maybe communication. Maybe just prove to the lola that, okay, I got this. Pero siguro, like, kunwari, the sacred artifacts, hayaan mo siya, sa kanya yun eh. Diba, when something reminds you of someone, it will be really difficult to let go. So, syempre, respect also.
Yeah, it's hard lang right now. You need to get to a space first where you can center yourself so that you know what is allowed to enter and not. Gets kayong feeling na yun, parang kang nasasakal, parang kang nalulunod.
And siguro important din that you choose your battles. Like, you choose what to absorb. Pipiliin mo kung ano yung papasok dito, ano yung lalabas dito. And if you really know yourself, if you know what's the truth, and then, kapag alam mo ng mali, and then labas dito. Diba?
Yeah, no, I agree. And the final one, let's split it.
Okay.
Fiance prefers on living with his mom and sister's family after marriage. Am I wrong for hesitating?
Yes! Ay, hindi wala pang context. Context. 29. Female po ako, and my fiance is 30 male. 1 year na kaming in a relationship. He works full-time, night shift, mostly remote, may occasional on-site, while I work from home on a task-based setup. He currently lives in his 42 square meter 2-story house na pag-aari niya. Complete details, ilang square meters. Kasama ang mama niya. Recently, pinatira rin niya doon ang sister niya and her kids. So medyo masikip. They stay downstairs while he and I stay upstairs. But bills and expenses are shared, mostly paid by him.
Ako, I stay there with him 3 to 4 days a week. The rest of the week, nasa bahay ako ng parents ko, which is also near to his on-site work location. We both love each other and are quite decided on settling down. Now, both our families are encouraging us to get married na rin. My parents even offered for us to live in one of their vacant houses. Mas maluwag. At kami lang sana ang titira. But fiancé insists on staying in his house with his mom and now his sister's family too.
Ooh, what with a smile?
Sounds family. Okay, go.
I get that he wants to fulfill his responsibility as a son and brother. Pero nag-aalala rin ako, paano ko ma-express ng maayos na hindi ako against sa pamilya niya, pero gusto ko lang din magkaroon kami ng sarili naming tahanan as a couple. Sa mga may similar experience, paano nyo hinandle ang ganitong situation with family and living space?
This is very close to me.
I mean, she's not wrong for hesitating.
No, not at all. I understand 100%. And syempre, when you think about like settling down with a certain someone, whether you believe in marriage or not, you are imagining your house
Your
together,
family.
the first
Yeah.
like your kitchen when you put it
Yeah.
together, the pots and pans,
Yeah,
diba?
yeah, yeah.
I just feel like it's really up to you and maybe depende rin sa relasyon mo dun sa in-laws mo. This is not the first time I've seen a setup like this. I've seen like 3 generations all in one compound, 4 different houses.
Yeah.
Diba? And ako naiingit ako nun.
Kasi kapag wala kang ulam, hoy, kakatok. Peging ulam.
Yeah, oo.
Peging kanin.
I love that. Yeah, kasi ngayon, my mom and I, same village, pero ibang house. Pero every so often, we visit each other. Hindi rin kami nangungulit. Wala naman point eh. Ano lang, you busy? Oh, sino nandyan sa bahay? Tara, dinner tayo. Saan? Pwedeng dito or pwedeng dyan. Or walang food dito. Dito meron. Diba? I think if you approach it with like lots of love, it's not bad. Pero sabihin mo sa kanya kung ano yung gusto mong sabihin. Kasi kung hindi ito yung dream mo, baka he can compromise.
Tanong mo muna siya, bakit niya ini-insist na dun sa bahay niya?
Ayaw niya yung luto mo.
Ngayon pa lang, dapat mag-usap na kayo. Why? Anong gusto mo? Anong gusto niya? And then meet halfway kung pwede. Siguro naman gusto niya rin na may own private space kayo.
Maybe it's a financial thing. Maybe he wants to save first. Parang yung people around you are telling each other, telling you guys to get married. Maybe he's pressured and maybe he's not. Mahal ang wedding, ha? Mahal ang wedding.
Maybe he's still saving up.
Yeah, I don't think that's bad. I really don't think so. And you could learn something from the mom. Malay mo.
Baka naman kasi feel niya, when they stay there, doon na sila forever. Baka naman hindi ganun.
Madaling maisip yun. Or, siya naman yung magigitna. Hindi naman yan sinabi ko anong klaseng dynamic yung meron yung family.
Yeah. Or baka naman hindi kasi sinasabi nung guy na dito muna tayo, na hindi niya ina-assure. Baka kulang lang sa communication, baka kulang sa assurance. Or baka naman naliliitan si ate. Kasi 43.
Magsama na yung mga kapatid eh.
Oo, baka ayaw niya mag-alaga ng anak ng kapatid.
Alam
Baka
mo, kaya
gusto
hindi
niya ng
ako
peace of
nanonood ng
mind.
drama eh. Kasi may sarili akong problema sa ulo ko.
So bakit kaya? Please reply. Ikaw po ito. Please send us details.
Sasagot po kami sa next
We'll
time namin
be
andito.
back.
No, I think you should talk about it.
Yeah.
Like properly. Like, that's his family. May dahilan kung bakit niya gustong gawin yan. Pero it's a responsibility to let him know exactly how you feel.
And it's important to deal with it right before you get married. Kailangan before you get married, hopefully, you get married. And hopefully, when you get married, clear na kayo. Para when you get married, you just be a happy couple.
I always say the same thing. You approach everything with love, do not judge. And one thing that is common anywhere you are in the world, in any language, you have to talk about it.
Kapit ka lang. You know, we all have our thing. We all have our challenges. Pero it will be okay. You will be okay. And parang pinaka-importante sa akin, it's important that you pray about it. And after you pray about it, kapag nakapag-usap na kayong dalawa ng fiancé mo, pwede kayong manood ng Post House.
Yeah!
Or when you can use your million crypto.
Yeah.
So you bring your father with a million crypto
Oo, yan.
to watch Post House.
Or maybe Million Crypto can have family with 42 Square. Diba?
Let's introduce them to each other. Or pwedeng dalhin niya yung lola niya.
Diba? Do you need some stuff?
Oh.
Benta mo kay Chinoy Hardware Store.
Yeah. Or
I mean,
kapag gagawa
pagbili
na
ka.
kayo ng bahay niyo, hindi na kayo dun sa 42 Square.
These 3 people can work together, actually.
Yay!
Thank you so much. And